Silly things that Christians say.
Alright, so we're back with episode 6 of Silly Things That Christians Say. And I have to tell you, we had already planned to cover a topic. I'll tell you what that topic was. It's I don't do church. But because of some very interesting things that happened recently this week, so we are going to give it a pause. We're going to come back with that one next week. So, what happened? Well, some of you have seen it already, that Netflix, they put on a show where it shows the Lord Jesus as, I don't even want to say it to be honest, but I'm going to say it for those who don't know about it, as a homosexual and his disciples, all this sort of crazy, mad stuff. And people have taken a lot of offense to it, which I agree, and let me just put this out there. Even if you're watching this and you're not part of the Christian faith, I'm sure you can appreciate if someone did this with your faith, you would not like it. So actually today's silly saying is going to be, it's just a show. Oh, this is the first time I said it actually. Alright, anyway, it's just a show. So, it's just a show basically means it's when someone says, you know, it's just music that I'm listening to, it's just a TV program, doesn't matter what I watch, it's just a movie, it doesn't really matter as well. So that's what this topic is about. And since I've spoken so much already, I'm going to throw it over to anyone who would like to put something in regarding this.
You know, that saying itself, it's a little bit stupid, not just silly, excuse me, because I use a very strong word. Because if you say it's just a show or just music that you're listening to, when you listen to something, in other words, you're agreeing with it, if that makes sense. So for example, let's just go with food. If I don't like a certain type of food and I'm eating it, even if I don't like it, I'm agreeing with what's being fed, and over time I'll get used to it and I'll say, okay, maybe I like this. Maybe
Sorry to cut, it's like the saying, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's that thing where you say whatever you eat, that's what you become. If you eat junk food, eventually you are gonna become you're gonna see the effects of the junk food. So I believe that's what you're going along the lines of.
The thing is about this, it's just a show. Let me even take things way back. The reason why we got to this stage where people are able to make programs like this on Netflix is actually because of this. What happened is that obviously over the years, Christians will go and watch things that technically they know they shouldn't really watch. And when I say technically, what do I mean by that? Sometimes in meetings that I hold in service, I ask people, look, that movie that you watched, would you watch that here inside of the church? Or would you come to me, a pastor or another pastor, and show, oh, pastor, look, I watched this movie. And then people sometimes look down like, wait, would you let me look at your playlist? Sometimes I've asked people in the past and they get nervous, even though I'm only joking with them, I don't need to check their playlist. But that's the thing, and I normally say, wait, I'm a human being. What about God? God can see what you're doing, and over the years, many Christians will be the one, because according to the statistics, there are almost 2 billion Christians, including all denominations in the world. Don't you think a large quantity of those people have Netflix subscriptions, go to movies, watch TV shows, and if all those people said no, anything that has content against my faith, I wouldn't watch it. People would change their content. That's exactly it. People would change, but that hasn't happened.
And it's like, if we continue watching those things, it's like you just spoke about the entertainment business. It's money that we're investing in. You're investing in spreading something that is going against your faith, because the more people that watch it, the more they're going to say, oh, there's an audience for it, and they're going to give them freedom.
Back to the point that he was mentioning as well, because the thing is, like, let's say someone, normally when you don't like food, let me tell you what actually happens when you don't like a meal. It's normally because, I don't know, if you're married, your wife cooked it for you, and or you're a youth watching this now probably, and then your parents cooked it for you, mum cooked it for you, and it's like, lasagna again. And then it's one of those ones that there's not really much you can do, but you got it for free. And if you complain, mum's like, listen, I pay the bills. Or your wife is like, do you want to cook yourself? And then you know you have no choice. But if you go to a restaurant and they serve you something that you don't like, what do you do when you go to a restaurant and they serve you something they don't like?
I give it back. I say, look, this is not what I ordered. This is not what I wanted. I complain.
Tell everyone I'm never coming here again.
That's exactly what we do, and we even get refunds, and actually not just refunds, sometimes we get reimbursed vouchers as well, so you end up being paid almost for what happened to you that you didn't like. But then when it comes to content, it's like, that had a Christian joke in it, but let me not say anything. That one had a lot of sexual content, or that one had a lot of swearing in it, and let me not say anything. Yes, it's not bad. And again, let me already put it like this. We're not telling you that you can only watch, I don't know, those Sunday school programs, Veggie Tales, even though they can be quite good, by the way. But we're not saying that. What we're saying is that you have to think. What are you putting into yourself? What are you, like Mrs. Ambassador Hill was saying, what are you agreeing with? And remember, in this case, you're paying for it. You're paying for it. Whether it's a Netflix subscription, whether it's a movie, and to all you pirates out there, you better change. You better change, because the hand of the Lord will find you, and that be in my prayers. But you pay for it, and you're agreeing with something that is against your faith. What do you think the outcome is going to be?
It's going to be bad. You're not even going to realize that what you stood for before, because you keep on feeding yourself with these things, you keep on watching these things, certain ideas, you're going to start to question certain things. You already know before, like, no, I'm a strong Christian, no, I have a strong faith, I have a strong relationship with God. But then they present something to you in a way that you never questioned before, you never thought, and they twist it, and then you start to think, oh, it's true. Then all these ideas start popping in your head, and you're going to see, the more you keep feeding yourself, you're going to see that when someone asks you, are you a Christian? I believe in God, but Jesus, then you start to, differ from what you stood for in the beginning.
You know what's interesting now that you say that? I remember a few years ago, I spoke to someone who started watching the show, which was a bit edgy to say the least. And so when they started watching, they started asking me, isn't Lucifer the son of God? And I said, no. This doesn't make sense, is it? Because in the show, they promote him, oh, he's the son of God, all the angels are blah, blah, blah. So no, that doesn't make sense to me. So, but in the show,
that's a really good thing as well, because a lot of the time, because we're watching things for entertainment, we don't always check the backstory. And I think that's actually something good that you do in general. Now, straying slightly from the whole topic of it, but that's always good if you do that. Sometimes something says it's history, and then when you read the actual history, it's not really what you thought it is. There is a movie. Actually, I'm not gonna spoil it and say to you, but when I found out, the whole movie shows a certain group as bad guys, and when I checked later on, years later, the history, the guys that are shown as the bad guys were actually the good. If I tell you the name of the movie, I don't know, maybe we get a lot of comments requesting, some of your mind is gonna blow if I tell you this. But that's what happens, and sometimes you watch something, it's talking about God, it's talking about Christianity. So many Christians now, they're like this with two minds. Oh, maybe the Bible was just written by men, or maybe it's been twisted, it's been corrupted. So many different ideas because of the things that you watch. And what do you say? It's just a show. It's not just a show. Because if I came inside of your house and I was being verbally abusive to your family members, would you say, it's just words? Mum, don't worry, let's just sit down and listen. It's just words, it's not that bad. Some people, even just now, this video, they might say what we're saying is a bit too harsh, and you're already feeling it. Imagine I came to your house.
They know it's not just a show. That's why there's even age rating for certain. You wouldn't let your child watch certain things. Why is there age certificate?
I wish it was still like that. When I was growing up, it was like that. But nowadays, unfortunately, some people, they just let whatever happen. And then when your kids start behaving in that, nah, this is going too deep. We're going to talk about this now. This will be too many problems. But it's not just a show. Look, there's no way this could have happened like this. Do you think they could have done this in the 50s? Do you think they could have done this mainstream? I don't know what the biggest platform was then. They couldn't have done this they couldn't have done this back then. Why? Because people, it wouldn't even enter their minds. But for it to enter the minds of whoever created it, it's because they thought they could get away with it. And I'm glad, actually, we were discussing before, I'm so happy that Christians are united and showing that, look, we don't accept you to just treat our faith anyhow. I'm happy about that. But I also have to say, look, Christians, this may be the first, or I don't know, time that I've seen it in this scale.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be the last. Don't be surprised if in 10 years time they try it again. 20 years time, if we continue just going along with the flow and saying it's just a show, it's just music, and again it covers all of it. We spoke mainly about like what we watch because of what has happened recently, but if we continue, someone's gonna try, and maybe by then either you won't be around, or this generation that is standing up against it won't be around, or your mind would have even changed to say even that is just a show and it's not that bad. Yeah, do you have anything else to add on to this?
No, I was just saying that, as you said, if we as Christians and we believe and we have faith, like you said, stand firm in what we believe in. Don't back down, because like you said, the world ideas are changing along, and if we as Christians don't stand firm in what we believe in, as you said, many things are going to keep coming. Many things are going to keep changing.
Things that you thought were wrong when you first became a Christian, they're still wrong. And I'm not talking about when you were overly dramatic, that fanatic stage we all go through. I'm talking about things that you know what I'm talking about. When you used to feel uncomfortable, certain music would be played or certain things you would see, it's still wrong. Go back to that standard, and I'm sure that we can change the world in a positive way. I'm not talking about just the three of us, definitely not. Even Jesus had to make disciples, and not the disciples being shown in that production that they made there. But I'm talking about real people who had a standard and were even willing to die for our faith. Many Christians today won't even turn off their subscription or cancel their subscription for their faith, let alone die for their faith. So make sure next time those words want to come out, it's just a show. You remember what you heard today, what you watched. Till next time, guys. I know this might have been a bit deep in some parts. Have mercy on us, forgive us. But until next time, God bless. See you.